Monday. Do you have a case of the Mondays? Come on in. We're going to solve that case of the Mondays with nothing but plants, my friends. Plants are a beautiful, wonderful thing to have in your possession, and they can bring you so much joy. They can cause you a little bit of stress sometimes when you just want them to do what you want them to do and they don't want to do it. Good morning, Maddie. Get to school, please, safely. Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope your week is off to a good start and that you had a blessed and wonderful Sunday. Thank you for that heart me of the day and for the 91 sprinkles of love to start us off, my friends. Thank you all so very much. For those that are keeping track, we're not doing a hot tea this morning. The coffee maker broke, and I am trying to change up my morning routine. I am drinking what is called a loaded tea, and it's cold tea, but it has like a ton of vitamins and antioxidants in it and all the things. So we're going to give that a whirl. We're going to see if that makes me feel any better. My name is Batty. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow, my friend April. Welcome in. Jill, good morning. So, first market of the season is Sunday. So we're going to have to start purging and cleaning out the greenhouse a little bit, which is perfect because we got to clean it out anyway. It's time for spring cleaning. It's time to scrub all of these walls from top to bottom. I think we even have to take the shade cloth down that's up here for the ceiling. I mean, got to take all that down. 40 feet of Pothos vining has to come down. It's going to be a lot. So if I can move some plants out of here, that would be awesome. So, yes. Let's hope we don't get any soil in there. But welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Tell me, did you do anything planty this weekend? Drop that in the chat. Number one. Number two, you will get some. Well, that would be awesome, Opal. Go right on over to Flourish Plant Care. See it right here? Good morning, Travis. And get them from the ship house. They are overstocked, so you can get all the planty goodness over there. Aaliyah, thank you. What did you do? Tell me, what did you do this weekend that was planting, my friends? Even if it was you just went and enjoyed it, or you put your feet in the grass for the first time this year. What was your planty thing you did? Maybe you just checked your plants. They weren't ready to be watered, but you checked them because you know if you are an OG of all things Flourish, you know you check them before you water them. And the reason we check them is to make sure that we're not over-watering, over-loving them. Thank you for that 3.9 thousand sprinkles of love. Jill says, my daughter and I potted veggies and repotted a couple little plants. That's awesome, my friend. So exciting for you. Got your board to mount your staghorn, says Renee, and checked all of my plants. You go, girl. So yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Let's get started with some plants. I think we're gonna pull some plants this morning for market. Since we have market on Sunday, I need to start pulling plants soon and getting everybody all lined up. None of them have their barcodes for the sale, so I gotta pull them so I know what to barcode them. We have all that going on. Mama, how you doing, Mama 11255? Got a new plant stand, sends Opal. I'm moving plants around and cleaning them up. Good job. Whisker Greenhouse propagated her Hawaiian Pothos for around her fish tank. Ooh, bet you that's going to be lovely. Good morning in Jamaica. You watch me almost daily, my friend. If you do, where's your root? Where's your root, my friend? Where's your root? You got to put barcodes. Yes, I do. I do. They're not true barcodes, not like, you know, get a price type of thing. I at least got to sticker prices on everything for the markets. Yeah, so I got to put all that on there. It's okay, Aaliyah. Totally fine. It happens all the time. Repot gets changed into report. It's ridiculous. It's all good. It's all fine, my friend. I knew what you were saying. Let's get some shares out to the story and for a repost. If you can hit that little arrow down there, that would be awesome sauce. We're at 9.8 thousand sprinkles of love up there. We want to get to 10 by the 10-minute mark. We have did that. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you for all those sprinkles. Keep them going. But if you are using a Hello Helper, back him on down to below probably 20. All right. Sorry about your luck, kid. Can't help you. You will be fine. Use your phone. They have clocks on walls in schools for a reason. Learn to read them. That's all I can say. So yes, good morning, everybody. Thank you all for coming in and loving up on me first thing in the morning. So we have a lot to do this week. It's going to be a busy one for sure. So what plant would you like to see if you were attending Sunday's event? What plant would you be like, ooh, I'd like to see that? And I'm not talking like a variegated this or a variegated that. I'm just saying plant in general. Like, I'd like to see lots of philodendrons, or I'd like to see a lot of orchids, or maybe I'm looking for, you know, some pothos. I'm looking to fill in a spot on a shelf, or I just got a new office. Or maybe I'm looking for a teacher appreciation gift. That is coming up. Mother's Day is coming up. Maybe you want to get a little something. Tell me what you're looking for down in the chat. A pothos or a spider plant or Swedish ivy. I think that's what that's supposed to mean. Ooh, I like those ideas. I like where you guys are going with this. So let's see. How about, ooh, let's see. Will this guy come out? Will you come out and play with me, friend? Very, very slowly, very, very gently. Yes. How about this guy right here? How about this guy? He is a beauty. You want a bird of paradise? Ooh. I got a really tall bird of paradise that might be looking for a new home here soon. If you live in the southeast, it could be yours, my friend. I want a few rare plants that are not going to break the bank. You know, rare plants are going to be a hot commodity. They're going to be a hard thing for you to come by this year. Growers are really pushing back on having them. They're sticking more to the basics, like your spiders, your pothos. Thank you for that cup of joe, my friend April. Thank you. So, you know, you might see, you know, might have a really hard time finding those types of plants. But this one here happens to be a heart leaf philodendron. All right, so if you can't tell the difference on a philodendron and a pothos, let's talk about that real quick first. Those of you who have been in the room before know how to tell the difference. But for those that don't, let's educate them. It only takes a hot second. So when you're looking at a plant and you're like, oh, is that a pothos? Oh, they've labeled this wrong. It's a philodendron. No. So when you see this little bit of sheathing right here, see that right there? That comes off of the leaf, right? But on this guy, there is no sheathing. You don't see that, all right? So this one here is a pothos. Sheathing is a philodendron. That's the difference. Hello, Luna. Yes. So that is the difference. April, 100 days? That can't be. I feel like you've been with me forever, friend. So yes. So that's the difference between these. Even though their leaf shapes are very, very similar. Very, very similar. So yes, Luna Lux has taken over in the gift gallery. Yes, it is a gift gallery reset kind of day. Claim your space. Hold the title all week. And you go into the drawing at the end of the month. Just wrote down everybody from last week. So we got them ready to go. Yay, yay, yay. Hey, Becca. So Becca, I was down in Mississippi on my way to New Orleans, and I thought about you, and I should have looked up like what city you were in and been like, hey, I'm stopping here. How far is it from you? But I was in Pascagoula. Yes, I was in Pascagoula because we stopped. My husband is a huge Jimmy Buffett fan. So we had to go to Jimmy Buffett's birth house, and then we also had to go to the Buffett Bridge. So that was really cool. A really unique place. I can see why he was so inspired by the beauty of that location. I believe it's over at, if you guys do a search for Wink's Wife, it's me. That's my other account. And I put more like family type things over there, not planty stuff. But you can see that over there. You can see some of the sites of Pascagoula, and you can see the Buffett Bridge and Jimmy Buffett's childhood home that he lived in till he was about, I think my husband said, like 8 or 9 years old. But I definitely could like see this young Jimmy Buffett running around, and you know, his house backed right up to like a little like creek and an area. I can definitely see where he got the inspiration and definite love of the ocean, being it was right there. It was like feet from his door. Miss Lali, thank you for coming in. So if you happen to be in the area, or you happen yourself to be a parrot head and want to have a really unique experience, swing on through the little tiny town of Pascagoula, Mississippi, and check it out. Right here on TikTok, my friend, Wink's Wife is the, I have a couple different aliases on here, but that one I will give out to you guys. It's called Wink's Wife, and you'll see more kind of like family style things, places that we travel, all that kind of stuff like that. So yes. So you can find that stuff there. I would have loved to meet up with you. Don't worry, we will be stopping through again. I've already put on our list the next time we go to New Orleans, I want to stop in Laurel, Mississippi, and check out that town. I'm obsessed with the TV show Hometown, so they are redoing that whole town. The whole town is getting a makeover, building by building, and I want to see it in person. So yeah. That's just me. Maybe I'll get to meet Ben and his beautiful wife, but you know, it's a dream, but I can't do it if I don't stop, right? The flash goal has not come yet. Don't worry about it, friends. We are just getting started. We are only 14 minutes in. We usually see it by like the 28-minute mark, so you gotta just hold on tight a little bit longer. All right, welcome in Tiffany and Melissa and Janet. Thank you all for coming in. I think we're going to take this beauty to market. Becca, 200 days in the fan club. What have you learned, my friend? What have you learned? I saw Jill asked April the same question. Thank you for doing so. Happy Monday, LBD. Happy Monday. Goodness gracious, it's like stuck in there. So much better. All right, so like I said, for those of you keeping track, I am not doing a hot tea today. I'm going to try and change up my morning routine a little bit. I'm doing what's called a loaded tea. It has all kinds of antioxidants in it. It's supposed to curb cravings and all the things. Let's see how it does. I'm here for the long haul. Yay, Becca. So what do you guys think about this guy? I think he's ready for market. Do you think we should leave him on the hanger or should we pull the hanger off? Long Island, no, friend. It's a little too early for that. They are amazing. My husband has got me hooked on them. They're supposed to help with all kinds of things. And he knows I'm trying to be a little more healthy, trying to fix some of the health things going on. So, you know, I've learned dirt and tea don't mix. Hey, I wonder where you heard that from. You didn't have to spend 200 minutes in here to hear that little tale. Otherwise, my other thought was to repot this guy into like an actual pretty pot. But what do you guys think? You guys like this one or leave it? Yep, at antioxidants, big are in those. This, Stacy, thank you for leave on hanger because they say they grow better up. They do. Someone's been listening. Yes. So, I don't know. Oh, goodness. Allergy season is upon me. Is the tea pre-made? It is a powder that I mix into water, and I mix it, you know those big bottles that I always show you of water that I drink? I mix it in one of those with just regular water, not that flavored water, and shake it up, and I just keep it cold and add ice cubes. I put it in my coffee cup because TT accepts coffee cups. They don't accept other cups. So yeah, it's in there. Yep. I don't know how well you can see it. This one's, I think it's called Wild Berry or something like that. Yeah. So hopefully we'll start to see some change. Maybe I won't have so much brain fog. I don't know. It's, you know, it's that point in life. Brain fog sets in along with the personal summers. Did you get off here somewhere else? You know what? I will find out where Mr. Flourish found it, and I will put it over in the super fan. How's that sound? Jill, can you put in the super fan for me, like super tea or loaded tea or something like that over there, so I remember to give you guys the exact info or take a picture of the packet for you. All right? All right. So this plant here, thank you, my friend. Hey, Tina. This plant here, I think you guys have all decided that it needs to go to market on Sunday. It is a philodendron. Philodendrons want an indirect view of the sky. They want to be 25% dry in the summer, 50% dry in the winter. All right. And the difference with a philodendron and a pothos, even though they look very much the same leaf-wise and vining, is this little sheathing right here. When it has this little like hangnail almost of plant matter hanging off of it, that makes it a philodendron, versus this guy over here who looks just like it, and it's a pothos. Very, very similar leaf shapes. Color can vary, but yes, I have my first vendor market of the season on Sunday. So we're going to start pulling plants. We're going to start thinning the herd here and getting all the things ready for that. So this will be the first one that goes. Hanging plants will sway in the breeze. Yes, they will. Summer breeze. See, you got me stuck on that seals and crofts again. It's your fault. So yes, we have this guy. He's going to be first in the bucket to go. And we have very cold temperatures. So I actually have the heat running in here today. It is like 57 degrees in here this morning. We had to run the heat last night. Hopefully with the sun coming up and coming around, we will start to warm up and not need the heat quite as long. So yes, that is a lovely thing. Would you be excited if you went to the market and found a plant beauty this big? I know I would be, because they are not easy to come by large. They usually come very, very small, and you have to grow them out. But this one's very well established and is a beaut. An absolute beaut, Clark. $42, but feels like $30. Yeah, it's about $47 probably outside the greenhouse, but inside we're at $57. The dogs are having fun out in the backyard, of course. They love to hang out there, especially on Mondays, because the trash truck keeps them quite entertained. I get excited seeing plants at market. Yes, me too. Absolutely. So these are beautiful. Good morning, my friend Calvin. How are you? Happy Monday. Yes, we're going to put this guy right on over here so that we can get him for the market and start switching some things around. Ouch. Don't touch the heater, my friend. You won't like it. It'll feel good for a second, and it'll burn later. All right. Great day, beautiful week. Hello, Teresa. How are you? So, some other ones to go to market. Let's see. We have this little guy and his cute little planter. This is a taro, part of the Alocasia family, also known as a elephant ear. All right, these guys are very, very, very used to calling in the friends of the spider plants. Yes, they like to call in spider plants. I don't know why, but if you start treating them with bugnetics and you give them all the attention they need, they are not going to get all sassy on you. All right, that is the trick with alocasias. All right, keep them happy and they will stay healthy. The minute they feel any slight discomfort, they summon the spider mites. They do. They just like, and you know, come on over, come on, come get me. And that's just what they do. They are known for that. So cute little pot. It is a ceramic pot. This one will go to market as well. Yay. Hey, Growing Grace. How are you, my friend? Hope you are doing well. Let's grab some other buttes from over here. Some other ones that maybe you guys haven't thought about or looked at, or maybe you were like, that's pretty, but what do I do with it? This guy right here. If you need a pop of color in your urban jungle, have you considered one of these guys? I can't with allocation because of spider mites. You know, I feel you, friend. I feel you. I'm not a big fan of allocations because of the spider mites. But I have learned that when you love them, just the right amount of love. They're kind of like Goldilocks. Just the right amount, all right? They do have really good success then. But the bugnetics and the biochar definitely help you hedge things in your direction to not have spider mites coming in. And if you keep those leaves clean as well, that will help as well. So let's dust these guys off a little bit. They're a little on the dusty side. Good morning. How we doing? How many of you have one of these beauties in your urban jungle or have thought about it? How many of you even know the name of this guy? If you know the name of this guy, put it down in the chat. I just love the color. It's like watercolor on these guys. They have just the most beautiful coloring. And the more light they get, the more color they give you. A trio star. Yes, my friend, you done got it. Good job. Spring break, I get to be here. Yay, Grammy. That's exciting for you. So as you may notice, this guy does have a new leaf coming right here. They always come in the center. They're like a bird of paradise. They stay very, very symmetrical, number one. Number two, their colors change based on the care that you give it. So this is a trio star. Has a couple other names, so if you guys are like, nope, that looks like a such and such, more than likely you are right. It's just known as a different name in your part of the world. All right, so let's take a look at this guy right down here. See how low my soil is? It's about 2 knuckles deep, so I'm going to come to the outside of my pot, come down about 2 knuckles, so it lines up right with this spot on the pot right here, and I'm going to measure down 50%. And the reason I'm going 50% on this one is part of the Dracaena family. You are very smart, my friend. So that would probably be about 50% from right here. From where my fingertips are to the end of the stick, probably about 50% of the pot. All right, so I'm going to keep my fingers right there. Swap them out. Push my stick in till it hits the soil. Pull them out. No real soil on there per se, so this guy could use a good butt chugging. We do 50% on this guy in the summer, 75% in the winter, and the reason we do that is because of how thick this stem is, and their roots are very thick as well. They're not the thin, succulent type, all right? They're very thick. And we're going to give this guy a good butt chugging before he goes to market. I'm going to set him over here in the water. Can you guys see that? Right down there in the water. And he's going to butt chug. We'll probably have to get him some more. There's not much in there right now. But we'll get him all situated, and he will be happy, happy, happy to go to market on Sunday. And he will get he will be set for success for that new plant parent. All right. So there's 3 that we've already pulled out, and I probably need to do, about 100. Somewhere between 100 and 150. But we got 3 in. We're doing good, my friend. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for loving up on me. Yep, 100, 150. I always I probably will end up pulling 175, taking 150 with me, with a note on the other 25 that'll say either Mr. Flourish or Maddie. If I call and say I need more plants, take me. And they just take the whole thing and they bring it to me wherever I am. So yes, do you yes, they go in the big plastic tubs that I use for watering around here. Those big like clothing bins that many of you use, I use those for transporting. And they all fit in there, and I tuck them all in nice and neat, and that's how we go. Works great, stores easily, perfect thing to do. Queen, thank you for coming in. I'm looking to make sure I didn't miss that daggone flash goal. Let's see. Let me just because it just kind of scooches on by you sometimes and you don't see it. And it's faint. It's usually pretty faint down in the chat on my side. 37, 39, brr, you guys. Oh, no, I don't do cold. Have you seen my new intro video? Maybe you learned a little something new about me by watching that. Grammy Marty, I'm so excited that you are a part of spring break and get to be a part of the room this week. Let's see, because we have missed your little face. Sarah Barra, welcome in, friend. How are your planty babies doing? Look at Queen down there. Lighten up the donuts. Thank you, friend. Thank you for that, Heart Me. I think TikTok is still sleeping because we are a whopping 30 minutes in. Have not seen the flash goal yet, but maybe it'll show up. Maybe we'll just talk it up. Feel free to talk it up in the chat. Where are you, Mr. Flash Goal? We want to move on with our day. So the plumeria is all planted up and waiting for some roots. Yay! Exciting! And I believe your other besties, have they gotten to you as well? I believe I checked and I thought I saw they delivered. Maybe it was someone else's. Yes. Plumerias. Ooh, we could take some of those to market. Yes, indeedy. Could definitely do that. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, let's take our little friend over here. Not yet. Hopefully today. Very good. I'm having such a hard time with your palm. What is wrong with your palm, my friend? What is wrong with your palm? Make sure everybody's grabbing those daily Heart Me's at the top. Unless you are a super fan, you need to grab one before you ask a question down there. So important. I think this little guy might need to be going to the market as well. Thank you, Jackie. Begonias. Ooh, did you get some or you want to see some? I don't think I have any begonias in here right now. To be totally honest, I don't think I have any right now. Oh, these allergies, I swear. We have a beautiful snake plant here, otherwise known as a mother-in-law's tongue. We're going to check it 100% dry. So we're going to put the stick all the way to the bottom. There is quite a bit of soil on there, so we're not going to water this guy. He should be perfectly good to go to market. He does have a brand new leaf right here that's shooting up, but check out this little sneaky character back here, sneaking in on all the fun. So yeah, we've got a beautiful leaf coming right there. He will do lovely. I think they are perfect plants to put in pretty much any room. The trick with these guys is they can handle anything. My snake plant finally has roots thanks to biochar. It's in water. Now what do? Let those roots, Maria, get 2 to 3 inches long. All right. Let those roots get 2 to 3 inches long, and then we can think about moving it over to soil. All right. They can live in the water for quite a while, so you'll be okay. So yes, just let them stay right where they're at. Keep topping it off with water. Keep that water line above the roots, and you will be fine, my friend. Oh, you are most definitely welcome. All right, so we're going to take that guy on over. You see how fast this is going to like get thinned out back here? How about a moonshine moonstone snake plant? You know, got to have a little bit of height and a little bit of color. Look at, wouldn't these look cute next to each other on a table and look even better in your home? I'm just saying. So we're going to check this one. Still got soil on here. He's good to go. We want them to be 100% dry before we water them. And let them go from there. Yes, Queen she is just going to give them just water and biochar and let them roots grow. And then we will move them over to some soil once they're plenty long enough. Okay. We want them to be very well established before moving them so that they do better on their own and they don't go into shock. That's the biggest trick with those guys. So we have a Monstera piniparita, or some people call them Monsteras cobras. How long does it take a snake plant to grow roots? If you're using biochar in your water, usually happens around the 3-month mark, and a wide view of the sky. If you are given an indirect view of the sky, it's going to take a little bit longer. It's going to take longer to get that energy to push roots out. If you're using no biochar and just a wide view of the sky, it usually happens somewhere around the 6 to 7 month mark. So it can take quite a bit of time. These guys, this one here is fancy Flourish table. We got all new fancy Flourish tables. Mr. Flourish and I worked on them yesterday after we had a lovely Linder, which is a lunch dinner, over at my aunt's house with the family. You got biochar, get some in there. Can't really show them to you because it's in the garage, and the garage is metal, and Wi-Fi and metal just do not work at all. So I'm gonna clean this guy's leaves up a little bit. Got a little bit of pollen sitting on top of them. Just kind of pull that off with my cleaning glove. Nothing's on the glove whatsoever. Just letting the natural shine of these leaves come on through. We're going to check this guy. 25% dry. Soil line is way down here. So we're going to start way down here. 25%. Probably about there. Okay. Yeah, choke up on it just a pinch more. From where my fingers are to the bottom of the sticks, probably about 25% of the pot. Stick it in. We're not going far. No water on there. We are going to water this guy. We're going to give him a little bit of love. Got a new leaf. Actually, 2 new leaves coming here. So yes, we'll put all of that together. See, we're slowly building. It doesn't take long to walk around in here and go, I'll take this one, and I'll take this one, and I'll take this one. It doesn't take long, right? It's like when you guys go to the big box store and you're like, ooh, I want this one, and I want this one, and I want this one. Yep, it happens. Look at this guy. He has turned in quite the beauty while we've had him here in the greenhouse. This is the aluminum pilea plant that he has gotten very, very tall. When we started, he was way down here, like literally. That was like it, what you see here. And look at the beauty he has turned into. It is a pet-friendly plant, so I always like to take a couple of those because you never know who needs a pet-friendly plant in their home. And they are super easy to care for. They're going to be touch damp in the summer, 25% dry in the winter, and an indirect view of the sky. Now, if you notice they're getting leggy, like see, like from here to here, I have no leaves. That's kind of a leggy section. I could, in theory, chop him off right here and let him regrow, but I'm going to let him go since they're all kind of like the same height right now, and they're looking pretty good. And it would get bushier, and it would fill in way, way easy. So he's not touch damp. He needs water. So I'm going to set him over here in the watering bucket. Let him get good and soaked up over there. This guy's not quite ready yet, so we'll move him on over. Another little pilea aluminum. He is a cut off of these. That's what made them all the same height. And they have grown roots, and they're all potted up and looking cute and pretty, giving off their own little roots as well. Check the top. It is damp to the touch. We're going to let him go. But how about a little tiny guy? How many of you want a little tiny guy when you go to the markets? I know I do. Sometimes I like to watch a plant grow, and other times I'm like, you know what? I want it to already be nice and pretty, so that where I put it, it will really fill in the spot I'm looking to fill in versus me waiting for it to fill in. So next up, we have the Florida Mint Ghost Philodendron, and he's got some little planty jewelry down here. We do some plant jewelry that goes with some accessories. I don't do a whole lot of that, only because it doesn't seem to be a favorite amongst the local yokels. So yes, but I am going to straighten out this trellis. Help her stand up a little bit taller. This is a Florida Mint Ghost Philodendron. So you're seeing lots of different colors in the leaves here. This one's very light. It's almost ghosty. This one is definitely ghosty. How big does it get? it can get quite big, honestly. It is a vining plant, so it wants to be on a trellis. It wants to be tall and pretty. So yes, they can get very, very long, very, very tall, but you can also let it hang a little bit too. That's not a big deal, but they do better when they are trellis. So you could do a little vine here and then let something trellis up and kind of work it around. But their leaves are just a unique shape. I love them completely. What markets do you go to sale? I do several different markets all over the place, but I also ship my plants across the United States as well. So you can always go over to Flourish Plant Care and pick you up plants there. They are at my ship house. If it goes to market, it is not in the ship house. It's already here. I have a Flora Beauty. I wish I had this one. My friend, I know where you can get one. It may not be this exact one, but I know where you can get its cousin, or maybe even a plant that came off of this one. They are available for you over there, friend. All right. I am located in the southeast corner of the United States. And I word it that way on purpose. You won't get any more information out of my mouth during a live. All right. So I'm just taking my dry gloves, dusting it off front and back, getting rid of any of the extra pollen on there, which will make me cough and sneeze and all the things, stirring it up in here. But we've had the windows open for like a week, and they've collected a little bit of outdoor pollen on them, and that's okay. Perfectly fine. It doesn't hurt them at all. But I ship plants all across the United States and Puerto Rico, so you can get them there. I've seen giants of this. Yes, they do get very large in the right conditions. Most homes, though, I've seen them get somewhere between 5 and 6 feet long. So, you know, that is a problem. Abby, let's talk about it, okay? We'll talk about it over there in the chat, okay? So yes, if you are dealing with pests, my first and foremost recommendation is always to go over to Flourish Plant Care and get yourself the Flourish Experience 73-page ebook. All right, the 73-page ebook. I happen to have a very worn copy right here. It's full of information, but it has a whole chart in there on pests. Not only what pest is, how to identify it, how to treat it, safe options like Dawn dish soap, or beneficial bugs that you can use in your home. Some of them are microscopic, and you can release them on your plant, and it will eradicate the problem or help reduce the problem. All right, but I highly recommend this because it will have everything in it. Because you guys will come in here now, and in 10 minutes, someone else will come in and ask another pest question, and I'm just like a broken record at that point. So look into Flourish Plant Care. Gone over to the digital download section and grab stuff over there. And there's some complimentary resources over there as well. So just go check it out. This is volume 1, and I will tell you if you purchase volume 1, when volume 2 comes out, which I'm hoping is sooner than later, you will get it at a discount. So you can keep adding to your planting knowledge, have it at your fingertips, not wait for me to be live to answer your questions, and you can be armed with that in your little toolbox for your plants. Nika 36, welcome in, friend. How are you? Your name reminds me of a friend of mine that I sent a text to and have not heard back from. Need to follow up on that one. If I have gnats but haven't ever had my plants outside, is it okay to use Dawn? Okay, so here's the thing. Fungus gnats are not a pest because they were outside. They are a pest because you are over-loving, over-watering your plants. So you need to back off the love, all right, Mom? So when the soil is staying too wet too long, or you're watering, not letting them dry out, watering again because it's Wednesday and you water every Wednesday, what if he's not thirsty on Wednesday? We don't water on a schedule. We check it before we water it because that reduces our chances of having fungus gnats. It reduces your chances of having root rot as well. So yes, stay consistent, but you can't just treat the one plant. Hi, Adim. You can't just treat the one plant that has the fungus gnats. You have to treat all of your plants the same. They all have to be on the same stick checking cycle, all right? They all need to be checked. If you're overloving one and not overloving the other, they're going to live there, and then when you start overloving something else, they're going to move on over, okay? I'm going to get your question here in just a second, Miss 36, Nika. Soil is about almost, well, pretty much 2 knuckles down. So we're going to come 2 knuckles on the outside here. Right down here, bottom of this tape is what we're going to use for a visual marker. 25% down right here, probably about there. And we're going to stick the stick in. We're going to push it down until our fingers touch. I'm going to pull it out. No soil on there. This guy needs water. So we're going to set him on over here. I need to get more water in here. You guys are thirsty. Thirsty, thirsty, thirsty. You're wet. You're wet. All right. You can go over there. Let me grab some water. Let's get some sprinkles on the screen. Jaylight, who are you talking to? I wish I would have found you before I got rid of my gnat-infested plants. I'm so sad I no longer water. My friend, go get more. Go get more. I'm here 6 days a week, guaranteed. Sunday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern till about 10 o'clock Eastern. All right? And if you join my super fan club up here, you get access to me all the time. So see that little thing up there that says times 115? That says 115. Click on that. That will walk you through the steps to becoming a super fan. All right. And if you're a super fan, on April 21st, you can be a part of the exclusive 1 hour live that happens in the evening where we can talk in real time about your plants and you can show your plants off. So that's all there for you as well. All right. Let me get some water. So we got all the plants over here butt chugging. We're going to add some water. Rainwater straight to the container. We're going to tell them all to stand up straight. They're on TV. They need to act accordingly. Not like crazy hooligans they weren't raised to be. Right? Isn't that what happens when you let your children in front of a camera? They act all crazy like they got no manners. Plants are the same way. So we have all of those butt chugging. Let me grab this guy. Let's see, who else can we grab from over here? Let's put you over here. Let's grab this one. That one we're holding for third eye. Someone asked about a hairy stem plant. That is going to be your, I actually call him hairy. Can't think of his name right now. It'll come to me in a second. But it'll come to me in just a second. Stand up, my friend. What is your problem? Did you tie one on last night? It's time to stand up. Stop acting a fool. What is your deal? Put you this way. There you go. Thank you for standing up. All right, I got a couple more plants to show you guys. We can talk about their care instructions, and maybe some plants over here will behave themselves and drink up the water. so we can get them all situated. Thank you for coming in. Just Nancy's Classy Bling, welcome in. Welcome in. Kristen reached level 11. Renee reached level 21. So yes, I haven't seen the flash goal yet. I'm keeping an eye on it, but if it never comes, it never comes. It is what it is. We're gonna manifest it though, because we want to see it. We want to do our best to get it today and start the week off right. Because today is the new week for TikTok. So money plants. All right. So here's the thing with the money plant. They are very, very finicky, and they're finicky only in one way. Look at that swan. He's always so beautiful. So the money tree, they like to be very, very dry. They have very thick. Look at you becoming the title gifter of the swan. Thank you, my friend. It's beautiful. I'm so glad to have you up in that gift gallery, taking hold of your place as the title gifter. The money tree can get very tall, number one. Number two, if you bought it braided, it's not going to stay braided. You have to braid it, all right, as it grows. Number one. Number two, when the roots come out of the bottom, I want you all to do me a favor. All right, when the roots come out the bottom, which is bound to happen, all right, with the proper care, look at the fireworks. Fireworks for the money plant. Yay! So if you buy one and it's braided, you're going to have to continue to braid it as it grows, number one. Number two, when the roots come out the bottom, all right, with any luck, you will do very well with your plant. You will get roots coming out the bottom. You are going to pull it 100% out of the soil. And I know this panics some of you, so listen closely, my friend. All right? They oftentimes have a band around the base, and it's to help hold that braid together by the growers. You need to remove that band. All right? That band is going to, over time, suffocate it. And regardless of how well you do with the plant, you still need to remove that. It could be a plastic band. It could be like almost like a sandwich twisty tie down there. It's going to be something, and you need to get rid of it. Sometimes you can see them right from the top. If you just kind of push the soil away a little bit, you can see it, and you can just clip it and get those off. All right, but it's important that you do remove those. These guys, if you put him in the middle of your living room, I'm talking smack dab in the middle of your living room, and you let him sit there long enough that he starts to grow, he's not going to like it when you move him. He's going to throw a little bit of a 2-year-old temper tantrum. And remember, we don't negotiate with our plants. We tell them where they're going to go. All right, your money tree looks cramped with all of the leaves. I love it, but it looks cramped. It'll be fine. So I want break the leaves trying to braid it. No, because you're going to braid at the trunk. So like if this one had more growing to it, I would braid like up to this point and then let the rest go. And then I'd let it grow a good foot or so and then braid some more. And it's just going to be a gentle, you're never going to get it super tight woven like you're doing someone's hair. It's just a look. They don't naturally grow that way either. Okay, so if you just leave the bottom braided and let the top do what it wants, it's not going to stunt the growth of the plant. The plant was like, what are you doing to me anyway? It just makes them look pretty. It gives you 3 plants in one. It's already braided at trunk, but the top has grown. Perfectly fine. You can braid the top if you want as it grows. Some people are afraid to. They're just not going to continue to braid themselves is my main point. All right. So if you put this guy in the middle of your living room and he grows new leaves, he's now established that this is a spot that he really likes. And when you move him, he's going to throw a temper tantrum. All right. Be forewarned. So put him in a spot that he gets an indirect view of the sky. We're gonna water him at, I got all the instructions right here. Indirect view of the sky. We're gonna water him at 25% dry in the summer, 50% dry in the winter. You can, with these guys, actually go 50% in the summer down to 75% in the winter. It's kind of one of those that you can kind of set it and forget it type of thing, but not let it get 100% dry. All right. This is all water storage, very, very thick. If at any time you touch that trunk and it is mushy, you're watering too much. Back off 25% and let it get itself together a little bit. Just Nancy, thank you for the love you so much. So mine, this is one that is probably going to go to market. I had to put wire around because of the cats. Totally understand that. Hey, Em, how you doing? T. May, thank you for the follow. The mother plant to this guy is, hang on, let me swing you over and swing you up. Right there. She is 7 feet tall. 7 feet tall, y'all. She is huge. And she is just a single stem. She's doing well, but I don't move her. Any other plant in this greenhouse, I will move anywhere else. That one, I will revolve this greenhouse around her if I have to. Indirect view of the sky, meaning the top leaf needs to see a little bit of sky. So if he has grown past your windows, you might need to think about some other things. All right? You might need to think about something else or moving him to a spot where the windows are taller. You can, and I don't know if you guys knew this. Goodness gracious, who taught me English? If you have, I'm looking for a plant that I can tip on its side and nothing fall out. Maybe this one. So if you have a plant, let's say this is your money tree, all right? And you tip it on its side and you pull it out of the pot. If you take a serrated knife and cut off 25% of your roots, just like this, all right, so this part would all come off. You can put it back in the same pot. It'll lower the height of it, number one, and two, you're just getting rid of those very new roots. The established roots are further up. It will stay right where you got it. Hey, here's our flash goal. All right, 38 people out of 79. I need to put you guys to work. 1 per person, ice cream cone. Let's have ice cream for breakfast on this Easter Monday. Let's have ice cream. Y'all ate your chocolate bunnies yesterday. I forgot to ask. My dad always said, may you find chocolate bunnies in your basket and not in your underwear. Never understood that. Thought that was a funny phrase when I was a child. And then when I got older, I went, ew, Dad, really? Ew. And he would tell all the kids that. Like, yeah, I don't really eat chocolate either, but I love me some Reese's. Snickers bars, Reese's, Keith bar. Oh, come to mama. Yes, indeedy. So does that make sense what you're going to do if you want to keep it in the same size pot? I have an ice cream joke. You do? Is it clean? Is it for those 18? Is it for all ages? Otherwise, you know. Those are my favorites. Yeah. So does that make sense to everybody? If roots, cutting the roots at 25% makes sense to you, say roots down in the chat. So I know that's what you're talking about. What happens when ice cream gets angry? It's for all ages. Okay. So Sob says, what happens when ice cream gets angry? I'm going to say it melts. I don't know. It has a meltdown. Oh, I love it. I'm a dad joke kind of person. I love those jokes. I don't know why. My favorite one, though, is, and it's told by a cow, on, I don't know, I think on the Book of Face or something like that. I think it's over there. And it says, why do we spell dark with a K and not a C? Anybody? Anybody know why we spell dark with a K and not with a C? Because you can't see in the dark. I think maybe this is more appropriate. Hang on. Yeah. With the money tree, roots are coming out the top of the soil, not the bottom. Happy Monday, Joe. Should I repot it? Absolutely. If your roots are coming out the top or out the bottom, that is time for a repot. But remember, when you repot it and it is getting too big, you can cut 25% of those roots off at the bottom. Take those roots right away and be done. All right, very, very easy to do. All right, oops, I just broke a leaf. What in Sam's? Look at that. What do you call a spider with 10 eyes? I don't know. You got me on that one. I've never seen a money tree so big. Yeah, they get big. Most people unalive them because they overwater them. Don't overwater them. Let them dry out. Let that trunk do some work. Tony, welcome in. Oops, wrong button. You want it to grow, so you're putting in a new pot. Totally get it. Alyssa, my friend. You were on my list today. You won yesterday, Alyssa. You won one of the love-aways. Money trees. Indirect view of the sky from the top. From the top. Indirect view of the sky. 25% dry in the summer, 50% dry in the winter. If you're finding that this is getting mushy and you're doing the 25 and 50, change it to 50 and 75. It means it's really holding on to water. All right, that will help it back out. But check this every time you put a stick in it. All right, use the two as your tools to know what the problem is. It's a spider. Oh, I get it. That's cute. All right, this one's going to go to market too. Did we check this one? I don't remember. Let's check it. We're going to go 50% on this guy because I want to make sure he's good and dry. Ooh. Yep, he needs a drink. So we're going to put him over here for a butt chugging session. Let him soak it up. And he will get ready for market as well. Lika, how are you, my friend? Haven't seen you in a long time. All right, here we go, my friends. This is a lipstick plant, but this is a black lipstick plant. And you're going, but the leaves are green. But are they? Are they green? They're black on the back. They're called a Pangoda or Pandora lipstick plant, depending on where you are. They give off beautiful little blooms that look like little lipsticks on them. Beautiful variegation on them. They are one that will either stand up like this one does here, or it's going to hang down. Either or. All right. They love an indirect view of the sky, and we are watering at 50% dry in the summer. Yep, 50%. They have kind of thicker vines, and their leaves are a little bit thicker. So we're going to check it, 50%. Right about there. Go in with our fingers. Pull it out. He needs water as well. We're going to give him a good hearty butt chugging, but we do have brand new growth right here. So he is very happy. May not flower this year because of his size, but he will over time. Ooh, look at that coral. Thank you, Alyssa. Let me look in my bag of tricks over here, and let me see. This one went to Maddie. Miss Triggs got the grow set. Janet got the socks. So that means, Alyssa, you got the hat, my friend. You are the proud owner of the hat. I will be in reach out to you unless you want to message me first with your address. so I can send that out to you. All right. I do ship plants, Robin Wolf. You can go over to Flourish Plant Care and pick them up. There's over 1,600 items over there. Not only just plants, plant clothing for you and your four-legged friends. There is plant jewelry, plant sweaters. Did you know there was such a thing? Mrs. Treetop, welcome in. Thank you for climbing down out of the tree house and into the greenhouse, my friend. So yes, all the things here. We got a lot going on. So we got plant jewelry like this. We have, they're cute. You would just add them to a little pot and it gives it a little pop of color. See, just a little something, something on them. I love it. I learned that in Philadelphia, we can collect rainwater through the city program. Ooh, fabulous for you guys. That's awesome. We're getting plans together for Sunday's vendor market. It's the first one of the season. More planty jewelry. This is a stained glass piece. There's actually some really beautiful Lily of the Valley stained glass pieces over there. They are gorgeous to hang in your window, and you don't have to water them. You don't have to check them. All right, friends? This guy right here, this is a reverted Birkin. A reverted Birkin. How many of you have seen a Birkin this tall before? How many of you have seen a plant with all these little like polka dots in it? All right. They are not pests. That is like a scar. Like something's bumped against it, water sat on the leaf too long, all that kind of stuff. It's a way of telling the story of its life. I think they are beautiful when they do that. But Birkins traditionally have little tiny lines, like pinstripes, through them. This one has reverted. It still has the ability to become pinstripe, but it has reverted temporarily. You can see it in some spots here when the light hits it just right, that they get the reverted. Or you get the little pinstripes in there. We got a whole new leaf coming here. It doesn't look like we're gonna get any pinstripes there either. But this is a nice size Birkin. A really nice size Birkin. Does not need to be repotted. We have no roots coming out the bottom. And we're gonna check it. 25% dry is what we want. It is a Philodendron. Birkins are part of the Philodendron family. So indirect view of the sky, 25% dry. So my soil line's way down there. Something just fell behind me. If it's that frog again, I'm gonna like gumbo. You might end up in the gumbo. This guy needs some water, so we're gonna put him over here. We got a line. This is like the bathroom at a concert for the ladies' room. We got a line. All at the stem, yeah, they kind of do, but if you notice, this one right here is my lowest leaf. I have a leaf coming out of it. So it can fill in. It can. Alyssa's sending the Level Up Sparks. Thank you, friend. We still have our flash goal up there, folks. We're still looking for some ice cream for breakfast. Please help us out with that. We only have a few minutes left on it. So if you can help out with that, that is greatly appreciated. Let's give everybody an ice cream headache this morning. All right. Whew, getting warm up in here. The sun is coming out. Open the window. Let some air in. Gumbo is a frog. Yes, Gumbo is one of my 3 tree frogs that lives in here. We have Gumbo, we have Etouffee, and we have Jambalaya. Yesterday, Gumbo made an appearance during the Easter special. Heather, thank you for the ice cream. And Miss Lolly, I appreciate you. We need 11 more ice creams. Thank you, Giggle Fuel, for coming in and helping out with that live goal. Alyssa, thank you. It is a flash goal, so it's 1 per person. That's all that counts. But I appreciate all the overachievers in the room, so thank you. I'm looking to see if I have any of my big tubs in here. Let me see. Let me grab one. All right, let me get one here. All right. I'm gonna move you guys right on over here. See my tub? I just fill that with rainwater. I have a rain barrel here in the greenhouse, and it drains. I open it up and put it in a 5-gallon bucket. This one actually has a tea bag in it from Third Eye Organics. Doing its job down here. Now I can fill my bucket up again. A lot easier to move a 5-gallon bucket than it is to move the whole rain barrel. We're going to take some of these plants that need watering and move them on over so they can butt chug, and we can shorten this lineup. It's like opening another lineup at the Walmart, you know? Sometimes you got to do it. Okay. I'm going to move you, friends. You're just too tall. Too big. Sit over there. You'll do better. All right. So I think that's everybody that needed to butt chug. Thank you, J-Light, for pinning a comment for me. Thank you, my friend. We do have the flash goal going on. If we can finish that up, that'd be awesome. Please don't let me let the water overflow because I got it wide open over there. We need 7 more ice cream cones. 7 more. Do jade plants' roots like to be crowded? You know, there are some plants that just don't care, and that is definitely one of them. They just don't care. We have 20 seconds left on this flash goal. We are handful away of getting it done. We have 76 people in here. Can all of you just help out with that? That would be great. 1 per person. That's it. 79 people. Let's all get it done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the ice cream. Oops. Wrong button. And our flash goal has ended. We did not make it. Thank you, though. Hey, Sparkle Quackery. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for your heartening friend. We are getting plants ready for market on Sunday. It's the first one of the season. So usually what happens when I do market plants is if they don't sell at this market, they just continue on the market circuit until they sell. That's usually what happens. So you probably won't be seeing a lot of these plants again. A lot of them are going to just stay in that bucket and in my tubs and keep going. So let's see. This is the one that fell a few minutes ago. That scared the ever-living daylights out of me. This is another jumper. Yep, we got a jumper, friends. We got a jumper. That. There we go. Thank you, though, to everyone who contributed to getting us only 6. We needed 6 more people to help out with that ice cream goal. I know you guys don't think that that's a big deal, but it is a big deal on this end of the screen. When people have flash goals like that, they are established by TikTok. They're chosen by TikTok, and the number is chosen by TikTok. We have no say over them. But when you help with them, 1, it shows that you're an engaging person. You are telling the algorithm you want to be involved in this app. 2, it helps the person get an extra push onto the FYP to other people who want to be involved in the app and maybe want to learn a little plant stuff along the way, if they're in this room anyway. And 3, you know, it may not be like a long-term warm fuzzy, but I don't know about you, but I love to help other people achieve their goals. It's a 15-minute goal. And if I can help someone achieve it, I will. I might not even know the person or step into the person's room, but if I am scrolling along and I hear them say, I have a flash goal, I'm going to stop. I'm going to give that item, because 9 times out of 10, it is a 1 coin thing. I am going to waste that 1 coin somewhere else. I might as well help someone get a little bit closer to their goal. It might be the boost that person needs, that they don't feel like they can't do this. They can do this app. So help people out a little bit, okay? Cha-cha, welcome in. Sorry, you just came in and it just ended. It's okay, Sparkles. We were 6 short. 6 short. We had 38 ice creams that we needed to get on this Easter Sunday or Easter Monday, and we couldn't get 38 people to help out. It's okay. I'm not going to take it too personal, but it does kind of stink. I ain't gonna lie. All right, so this guy here is a pink princess philodendron. These guys, again, are part of the philodendron family. They can give you pink on them in the leaves. You can see it on just a few of them. And it's very random where it will give it to you. It is, if it's in their DNA, you will be able to see it on the stem of the plant. Especially if you look usually closer to the bottom or near new growth, you will see it there a lot of times. This guy here is not going to go to market yet because I want to pull a lot of it apart and kind of give it a little zhuzhin. It looks fine, but to me it's not Flourish fine. So I wouldn't even send this to my ship house. That, and I have 1, 2, 3 leaves waiting to open. I'm waiting for them to open so that I can pull it all apart. So yes, that's what we've got going on here. I am just kind of looking it over, making sure we got nothing wild and crazy going on. This one likes to be a little bit of a problem child. So I want to make sure she's good and settled, not being a problem child anymore before she goes anywhere. So yes, she's got a little bit of dirt on her. I think Gumbo or one of the tree frogs has been hanging out in her because she has lots of little spots on her leaves that look like little frog prints. But yes, see the variegation in there, so it can put them out. And it does look pretty. I do have one in here that is probably close to 4 feet tall. So yeah, they can get quite tall. They are a trellising plant, or you can lay them on their side like this and make sure that this part of the plant is in the soil, and it will be a crawler. All right, and it will fill that way. Does that make sense to you? It'll continue to like grow this way, but the leaves will come out this way. So it's a good plant to put like at the base of like a wall or something like that if you want it to be a crawler. Okay, that's how that works. Does does it make sense on that? They don't have to. It has to do with the care of the plant, and it has to do with the DNA. All right. Think about it. You might have everyone in your family has brown eyes except for one person has blue. It's in your DNA somewhere. All right. So you're going to get leaves that don't have pink in them. The highly variegated ones will go for more money. If they're low variegated, they're just as beautiful as the high variegated ones. All right. think I have a pink princess over here that's propagating in water. I don't know if you can see on her. You can kind of see. So look right here. See how she's got a different shade in here? That shows that she's got it in her DNA. It can put it out. But it doesn't mean it has to or it will. And it won't have every leaf being pink. It'll, you know, give you just a pinch of it here and there. It's perfectly fine on the plant. How much water do they like? They like to be 25% dry in the summer, 50% dry in the winter. You're letting them dry out a little bit because these guys have thick stems on them. All right, and that will be a lot of their water source. You can see the pink here. See the variegation right here? That will tell you that it's in its DNA. It can be on these leaves. They could be pink. Has to do with the lighting too, how much pink they get, or, you know, that kind of things, or if they hold it. All right, you're watering too much. That happens. Just back it off and keep going, okay? I'm gonna put this one back. I think the owl gave it the boot, honestly. All right, so we're slowly working across here. I cannot keep that one alive. Just keep trying. 25% dry in the summer. Not necessarily true. Panther palm, not necessarily true. If it's in their DNA, it can come back. The care has to change to bring it back. I've reverted plenty of them one way and reverted them back the other way. Just has to do with the care. I have over 700 plants here in my greenhouse. I've done it a time or two. Let me grab some other ones here that I think are gonna go to market. We'll take a look at them, check them out. That one, no. This one. Move this one over this way. That one needs some water. All right. I think this beauty is ready to go, for sure. How many of you guys remember this beauty? Just by seeing the very long stem on it. We have a beautiful monstera that was propagated off of our mother plant in here. She is huge, she is large and in charge. They want to be 50% dry in the summer. This is very thick. All right, I'm gonna set this guy on the ground. You guys can really tell how tall she is then. She's on the ground and she's still way up here. All right, the fenestrations in them, the more you have on the inside and the inside, mean it's an older plant, more mature plant. I shouldn't say older, just more mature. And they do like to have their leaves cleaned. All right, and you don't need to use any chemical on it. A dry cloth will work just fine. It just gets the dust off. For, in the case of this one, a whole lot of pollen on here. I'll be sneezing in a second, stirring it all up. And it's just because we had the windows open here in the greenhouse, trying to keep it cool. We get a lot of pollen that floats on in. It doesn't do any damage to your plant. Dry microfiber cloth lets it keep its natural sheen to it. And you can really kind of check it over for any pests. Make sure you got nothing crazy going on. Something you can do very simple as a plant chore while you're on the phone. And just knock all that dust off. It helps it photosynthesize better, all the things. But this is just one leaf on this cutting that is rooted very, very well. It does have a node down here, so it can put off a whole another shoot of it, and it will do very, very well. This guy we're going to check to see if he needs to be watered. Sit, please. Nope, you're going to lean. All right. Pull this off. All right, let me lower you guys down. We're gonna do 50% dry. Soil is pretty much to the top, so it's about 50% of the pot, right about there. All right, take our stick, push it down and in there. All right. We do have moisture way down at the bottom, so we're gonna let her dry out a little bit more. Probably will give her a good water just before the market on Sunday, and she should be good to go and set them up for success. All right, indirect view of the sky. Remember, in nature, these guys grow on the sides of trees. They are used to the dappled light coming through the tree canopy, so works very, very well for them. All right. I think this one definitely will go to market and be a beauty to have at the booth. Stand up, please. Thank you. All right. So we're working on it. We've got what? 4, 8, 9, 11 plants so far out of 150. We're on a roll. But you guys are learning a lot of different care tips, seeing a lot of different plants you might not have seen before here in the greenhouse. But look. All right, let me show you. I'll get out of the way. A lot less plants back here now, and a whole lot less plants. Well, you can't really see through the jungle here. Down that way. So, yep. We'll slowly clean this thing out, little by little. I'm going to come back over to here, and let's see what we got. Miss Bonnie, she can definitely go to market. Spider plants, a favorite, pet friendly as well. They like to be 25% dry, indirect view of the sky in the summer, 50% dry in the winter. If you put them in too much light, you will lose that little bit of variegation. It can come back though if you back the light off. All right, it may not come back in the leaf that you lost it in, but new growth will definitely have it. 25% here. At the market, do shoppers learn you're on TikTok? Some of them do. I used to have a bunch of signage, but I got rid of it so I could have more plants on the table. But we'll see what we do this year. I'm always coming up with something new and different so that my booth doesn't look the same year after year after year, or even week after week. So yes, that one needed some water, so we're going to give her a little love right there, which means all of this will get changed up now up here, and you guys will get a whole new view. Let's grab this guy, move this one over. This one's good. That one's good. That one's okay. That one's okay. That one's okay. All right, all of this. We're gonna take this little. Hey, Miss Mary, how you doing? Maria, it's okay. It happens, my friend, and you know where to find us when we're not live. When we're not here from 8 to 10, if you are a super fan, you can reach out to me currently via the super fan chat. So that works out well for those of you who have a JOB and have to report in like Miss Mary and Miss Maria. 25% dry on this guy. We're way down here with our soil. It's about just underneath this line here. 25% right there. Push it down, pull it out. Whoop. No soil on there. We're gonna give her a good old butt chugging. So we still have a line for the watering pool, for the butt chugging pool, but we are moving right along because we now have 2 pools open. Mama Bear, thank you for coming in. I'm off on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Look at you. That's not a bad little schedule. Work 2 days, off a day, work 2 days, off 2 days. That's not too bad. Not too too shabby at all, my friend. I'd be somewhat content with that schedule. Mr. Flourish wouldn't, but I would be. Mr. Flourish likes me to be off when he's off. And he's got a lot of time with his company, so he has a lot of time that he can take off. Usually doesn't work so well. So that's why I started a business, so that we could kind of marry up some schedules. All right, so we got this little guy right here. Butt chugging on a t-shirt now. Yes, you can get butt chugging over on a t-shirt. So a plant tour of the greenhouse, discussing tips, ask about your plant care needs. All right, so this little guy right here, I think we're gonna have to do something different. So I had a wedding that wanted some gift boxes. So I found these plastic gift boxes and they wanted plants in them. So we put holes in them and we put little planty jewelry in them and they all looked very pretty. Then we had some left over. This guy has got a bunch of algae growing in there and I think it's time to just change him up and get rid of this box. So let's bring you on down here. Or I can just put him in the market and put a really low second chance price on him and let him go. But it is a pothos that's in here, just hanging out. I was scared, but repotted my orchid and discovered a new leaf. Oh goodness, that's an awesome find, my friend. And you shouldn't be scared. You have been here for so many lives on orchids. You should have all the confidence in the world. And if you didn't, I didn't do a very good job in giving you that confidence to do it. So if I pull this off, you can see his roots down in there. And a whole lot of algae on the side growing because it's holding in the moisture. So you can do a couple of things. I can leave him. Do you have any Dracaena aegliois plants? Yeah, Belle is mouthy, not Berkey, mouthy. That child has a mouth on her. Yes, she takes after Maddie. Has a mouth. So we leave them in here, or we could take them all out. I'm kind of leaning towards taking them out. But if this was yours, you could clean that algae up with hydrogen peroxide, and it wouldn't hurt it. I know, but doing and seeing are different. I need new orchid bark. Just wanted to clean up roots. Well, that works. Do little by little. Hey, KJ. Do a little by little. That's perfectly fine. I'm looking for... I think they all went in the house. Strats. All right. I think we're gonna have to just pull this guy out of here. I think we're just gonna have to lift him on out and give him a whole new pot. Perfectly fine to do. Let's just repot him. But if this was yours and you wanted to clean it, I would take a Q-tip and dipped in hydrogen peroxide and just rub it against the plastic and or glass. If you have algae growing on the side of the glass, that will clean it up. And if it gets into the soil, it's fine. It's just adding more oxygen to the soil. Guess what called me at the grocery store yesterday after I lived 3 of them? Yep, go get those orchids, rescue them, and give them no ice cubes. Withhold the ice cubes. They will unalive themselves quickly if you give them ice cubes. Because that is just enough, not enough water for anybody or anything to sustain life. Maybe a snowman, but even him will probably want more than 3 ice cubes or any ice cubes at all. So yes, go save those babies. I don't call like greenhouses or the big box stores, I don't call them by their names. I either tell Mr. Flourish that we're going to the plant rescue, or we're going to the plant shelter. We're going somewhere. I don't ever say the other stuff because that's not. I'm going there to rescue them. I'm going to save them. Look at the roots on this guy. Very pretty. They had a bunch at Walgreens last time I was there. I eventually rescued them. You do that, girl. Get those babies Make them happy. Yes. Welcome in, Lady Di. I believe you came over from Luna's live. We were in this morning, I believe. I don't know. I was in a couple different lives this morning. So I'm trying to remember where I saw everybody at. So here we go. Plant rescue store. Yep, the plant rescue shelter. You know, whatever. Get them babies out of there and get them where planty people exist. Planty people usually are not working there. I can't leave Lowe's without saving something. If your pocketbook says you can't take one home, at least walk over and dump the water out of them. They always have a ton of water sitting in them and say, I'm saving you from the root rot. I'm saving you from the root rot. Yes. All right, we're going to put this guy right down in here. Get him all in there. Don't panic. I know you all are like, you forgot something. Yeah, they always have so much water. And I just dump it straight on the floor. I'm like, they don't care when they put the water in there. I'm just putting it straight on the floor. Straight onto the floor. All right, let me grab some Third Eye Organics Living Biochar. This is a 3-inch pot, so he is going to get 1 tablespoon of this. Now, I'm going to remind you, you cannot overdo it. You do not need to water it. Should jeweled orchids be potted in orchid bark? If they are, there's a variety called jeweled orchids that are Dieffenbachias, or not Dieffenbachias, Lord. Oh my God, where did that come from, Sarah Lynn? Goodness gracious. There is a variety of orchids that are Phalaenopsis that are jewels. All right, because that's just the color of them. But then there's actual adenum orchid that is a jewel orchid as well, and they do not like to be in orchid bark. They like a mixed medium of orchid bark and soil, where your Phalaenopsis are epiphytes, so they can live in anything. So yes. So we just took this little guy here, out of here, that he'd been living in, and had a hole in the top. It looks like a little gift box. And we put a little plant jewelry with it. And there we go. He can go to market. He'll be fine. Give him a little water, a little love, and he'll be good. It is getting very, very warm in here. The exhaust fan keeps kicking on. That means that the ceiling here in the greenhouse has reached over 90 degrees. So if you hear something kicking on and off, that is the exhaust fan pulling warm air out of here so that we don't cook. And I'm in here in a sweatshirt on top of it, so it's a little warm. Trying to follow up, but you're private, I guess. Let's see. Heather. Let me see if I can find you. I don't think she's here anymore. Travis, you're quiet today. Hi, Sydney. I see you down there, my friend. Garden of Faith, welcome in. Thank you for my cup of coffee. Appreciate you, my friend. So now this little guy will get nice and big and be very cute for someone to take home. Yes, perfect little plant for the markets. Perfect for a little starter. And I think I'll probably take this in the house, clean it up, and find something to do with it. I say plants and animals, I can't leave them. Girl, I feel you. I totally feel you. Matter of fact, I need to, I'm just building more planty things and listening. Oh, that's why you're quiet. Okay. I just want to make sure, you know, I mean, I know isn't this my supervision time with you? I'm just checking. I just don't want to get in trouble with the hubby. Just don't. You're cooking with me, J-Light. That's awesome. What we cooking? Look at you, multitasking mama. Look at you. Thank you. Yeah, but he still sleeps. Okay, well then I'm really not on duty then, am I? I am off the hook. Yay! He must have the day off today. Thank you for the daily heart me, my friend. Are you going to be at the plant show in Atlanta in June? Yes, I am. I am going to be there. You are cooking in there. Yeah, I am. We're going to have a hot cross flourish here in a minute. Yes. I will be at the Lawrenceville, Georgia plant show, which is the Southeast Plant show. Not expo, that's a plant show. I will be there with Third Eye Organics. If you don't know who Third Eye Organics is, you need to know who he is. He has a product that is Third Eye. What is the name of the plant show again? It is the Southeast Plant Show. The Southeast Plant Show, and it is in June in Lawrenceville, Georgia. But April 25th, I will be at the Big Plant Expo in Charleston, South Carolina. I always want to say Columbia, and I have to stop and think. In Charleston, South Carolina. I will also be there with Third Eye Organics. And yes, I will be there for a handful of hours. He will be there the whole weekend, and he's teaching. If you are wanting a class from a professional, this is your chance. He is going to teach you all about how great biochar is, more than I have done. All right. The dates are on Flourish Plant Care as well. You can see all of my events. All of my markets are there. All of my appearances are there. They're on a calendar. And if you really are obsessed with me, the option is there for you to add that calendar straight to your phone, because it is a Google Calendar. All right. Yay! All right. I've had a handful of you reach out to me about whale fins. All right. I'm going to start doing I'm going to level up my orange box. Look at you, my friend. Look at you. You're already at level 26 and you say you're going to level up. Have at it. Let's see. This is what the AI says about you, my friend. I hope you don't mind me reading this. It says you care for houseplants. You're focused on plant and personal growth. And you have joined about 12. Or no. You have participated in ever since it started tracking you anyway, 12 live goals. Isn't that just awesome? See, TikTok tattles on all of you. Howdy. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for my hat and mustache. Yes, today is Monday. It is a Reset Monday. We have brand new gift gallery open for the taking. You've been out spreading biochar since 5:30. Gardens don't wait. Yes, they do. They do not wait. But you know what? We just keep on going. We're going to keep on going and growing. And when you got time, you come on in here, my friend. Every time that fan kicks on, it like it's pulling out the hot air. But it's like the window right next to me just sucks in all the cold air immediately. I'm like, really? It's cold now. I'm glad I got the sweatshirt on. But yeah. Saved my calathea. Congratulations. Look at you leveling up and saving plants, all of you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. So proud of you. All right. So a bunch of you have reached out about whale fins. I'm going to do some investigative work to see what I can do to get them to you. I don't want to send them to you bare rooted, but I think that might be the way we have to go. Everybody but Third Eye, that is going to get them bare rooted, I think. So if you are looking for a whale fin and you want to get one from me, you're going to need to send me a message. All right. And I'll get a list going, and as they become available, I'm just going to take the very top person. I'm going to ask you for your address. If you give it to me within like 48 hours, Send me a message. Don't put it here. And if you don't send me your address once I say one's ready for you, then we'll handle the whole monetary thing. Otherwise, I'll go to the next person on the list and you'll go to the bottom. All right? They're coming by like the dozens. So yes. And my ship house is having all kinds of problems. So with that plant in particular, I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to like make a trip over to the ship house, which is like a day's drive, but it's okay. Go check them out and see what's going on. But I'm gonna see what I can do about getting all of you your whale fins. Third Eye, yours is sitting here with your tag on it, but I've got a handful more that I think can definitely go out. Thank you for that beautiful paper crane. So yes, thank you all for coming in, loving up on me today. We have about 15 minutes left with each other for today. It is a Monday, so I'm running to the store. I have to take them some new stuff. I haven't even thought about what I'm taking to them yet, but I guess I'll figure it out, right? So yes, can you talk about welfare and care? Sure, my friend, positively. Whale fin care is going to be a lot like your mother-in-law's tongue, snake plant, Sansevieria care. All right. Here is one of the newest pups to be separated from mama. It's not the one that you guys have been watching. I have another mama plant in here. But here she is. She's very tall. She is one that I probably will just put out to those who are on the list, just so you guys have an idea of how tall she is. Just from the soil to the top of her leaf, she is 15 inches. All right. She is very tall. She is going to continue to get tall. She may even get wider. All right. They like a wide view of the sky. They can handle an indirect view of the sky. They can also handle a spot in your home where you yourself can comfortably read a book without a light on. If you can sit in that corner or that spot where you want to put the plant, these guys can handle the very low light. But I will tell you, the more light you give them, the more babies they will give you in return. They also want to be 100% dry. So you're going to take your stick, go all the way to the bottom of the pot, pull it out, check it out. If there is no soil on there whatsoever, you are going to water them. All right, so I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to put him over here. And the reason why I think they're going to go bare rooted to you guys is because they can be super dry when they go. All right. How do we get her pups? She is going to give you pups when she has extra energy because you have taken extra good care of her. All right. So if you want to see what a pup looks like, let me grab this guy right here. Ooh. Hang on. Always got to move something to get to something else. So here's mom. Here's her pup. All right. She is nearly half as tall as mom. All right. She's got a little twist to her, but that's okay. Perfectly fine. Normal for them to do. As you see, they're wide. They're very wide plants. All right. But when she gets half the height of mom, then I will pull her out of here unless she starts to split my pot, which she's starting to push on the outside of this pot. Can't quite see it very well on the camera, but in person you can see it's kind of getting pushed this way. It's not as round as it should be. It's getting a little more oblong. They will bust pots if you leave too many of them in there. You can grow lots of them together. I have one pot that has 5 or 6 in there, and they are doing just fine. But yeah, I think they're going to have to be shipped dry or bare rooted. You want her, that pup. You're gonna have to get on the list, Gigi. Send me a message and let me know that that is what you want. And as your name comes to the top and as I have pups, I'm going to probably start shipping them out bare rooted, which means when you get them, you're going to have to pot them up yourself. But as long as your temperatures are above 40 degrees, we should be okay. And I'm talking your nighttime temperatures. Need above 40, be above 40. All right, and when I say I have one for you, you have like 48 hours to respond, or I'm moving on to the next person, okay? I saved a snake plant with no tag. If it is baby food pea green with dark, trying to read the whole thing. With dark edges, wide leaves, same care. Yes, as long as it is a Sansevieria, then yes. A few more weeks for weather, I guess. Just get on the list, because wherever, I mean, I only have so many right now that I can ship. And then after that, it'll be a little bit of wait. But at least if you're at the top and your weather is good, we can get you a whale fin. All right. So we can do all of that. I already have a list going, so get on the list if you're wanting them. I'm actually gonna make sure that you guys get taken care of before others do. All right. So there you go. So that's what they look like. They do kind of get wide. You could put a whale fin and a snake plant in a pot together, by the way. Their care and lighting requirements are the same. So you can have some wide, some thin. That would look really pretty. I've done it once or twice. So that would be really, really pretty. And you get some more color. I love the variegation in this particular one. She gives off some really pretty variegated spots. So yes. And you'll notice, if I flip her around, it's different on the back because she always faces this way to the sun. So it's getting more of the variegation. If I turn her and put her this way, this side will start to look a little different. That's so cool. Never heard of a whale fin. There's whale fins and there's shark fins and there's snakes, and they're all the same. They're all the same care. They kind of all look the same. Not really look the same. Whale fins look like a whale fin. They're very wide, and the snakes are very thin, as most of you know. So yes, I am obsessed with them. This is like one of those plants. I didn't know I wanted it until I got it, and then I was like, oh, I gotta have more of them. If I literally could just sell just these, I probably would. I'd have to get another job, but you know, I really would. I like them that much, you know, and once you figure out their lighting and their happiness level, they will give you pup after pup after pup. It's so super easy with them. When will you remove the baby? When she is half the height of mom. I want her to have a very good established root system, and by allowing her to continue to grow, see this right here, it's like their umbilical cord. That is part of the root system. See how big that is? I mean, it's huge. It will have to be cut off, and then she'll have enough root system developed that she can do on her own. So yes, 100% dry, wide views of the sky, 100% dry all the time. All right. Summer or winter, their care instructions do not change. All right. So keep that in mind, but make sure if you are wanting a whale fin, you get on my list. All right. So there you go. Let me put this guy back. So we're going to move this one here. Oh, sit. Stop moving. Why y'all gotta be so dramatic all the time? All right, let's see what we got. Oh, let's see. We have that philodendron. Yes, the heartleaf philodendron is going to market. So how about a pretty pothos? Who wouldn't like a pretty pothos at market? This guy is very large, very happy plant. She's giving off some great shoots, some great vines. Has great new growth down here as well. We do have one vine that has no leaves on it whatsoever, so I am going to eliminate that. I'm going to sanitize my shears first. 1 spritz of 70% rubbing alcohol on that. Now I could leave this and I could wind this around, or I could cut it off. I'm gonna let you guys decide. Should we cut it off or should we wind it around so that more leaves will pop up for the new plant parent and they'll be like, what is this? And they'll be all excited. So which is it? You've watched 400 minutes, Sabs. Tell me your favorite thing you have learned in those 400 minutes, my friend. All right, I'm seeing a lot of wind it, curl it, all the things. We can do that. It's not a biggie. I'm going to pull that off though. All right, so that's kind of what we did with this one here, and that's why we have all this growth right down here. Can you guys see that? Let's see if I can get it to show. There's all kinds of growth right here. Plant Fatty, how are you feeling, my friend? I hope you are doing okay. I hope that things are on the up and up for you. And then we have new growth up here as well. New growth here, new growth here. It is liking being redirected. All right, so you guys say wind it, so we can do that. I'm actually gonna take this, let's see, I got 2 different vines here. This vine, I'm gonna push him up. I'm gonna wind him this way. Always thought they needed to see the sun. They need an indirect view of the sky. Just an indirect view. They don't like to be burnt, crispy critters. So yes. So if we just wind him around, are you home already, my friend? I haven't caught up with you. I think I saw you on late last night and I was like whooped. I was like done. So yes, I'm just gonna take some extra soil, lay it on top. Just kind of let him be buried down in there. Oh, going home today. Very exciting. Indirect view of the sky for the Pothos. 25% dry. All right, so we have, I don't know how well you guys can see this back here, but we have a little bit of the vine showing right here. The rest of it is kind of buried, and we're gonna work it little by little. We're gonna bury what we can. If it's got a natural curve to it, it'll be okay. And that will give off new babies. New babies. Why is it not letting me give a heart me? I don't know. Swipe out, swipe back. TT has issues today. TT has issues. Look at that planty community just gathering around Plant Fatty and all the well, warm, leafy green wishes coming your way, my friend. That's just amazing. It's wonderful what the plant community can do together. Yes, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. So with this guy like this, check him out. What you think? Lots of good color on this one. Lots of great variegation. Lots of large leaf sizes. We got some that are growing kind of crazy. But I mean, you know, plants are plants, you know. Some of us got to be crazy. If we were all the same, this world would be boring. Boring. So maybe I'll just prop him like this. I think that's what I'll do. Let me throw this little bit of soil in here. There's a node right there. Ooh, that might work really, really well. Put him on in there. Get on it. There we go. Check him out. Doesn't that change it up when you just kind of reroute some things around, add a little more soil, a little more love, and he fills in. He doesn't have the George Costanza comb over going on. He might be bald a little bit in some spots, but with those vines tucked underneath, new growth is going to come from that, and it's going to fill in and be very, very pretty. And I believe it's actually two different clippings of a plant here, because we've got a Brazil here and we've got a green over here. So lots of pretty color, lots of pretty color. This is a nice size pot. So yeah, look at the roots. The roots are just delish. I have a healthy one that is so long, not sure what to do with it. So what you can do is what we did just here, Miss Giraffe, is we take some of those long vines, especially the ones like this up here. See how I have no leaves from here to here? If this were the close to the top of the pot, I would just wind this around inside the dirt, put dirt on top of it. Let all of those little nodes touch the soil, they will fill in, and you will get more plant out of it without having to propagate, like chop and prop. You can just wind it around like we did with this one. See, I'll show you right here. Maybe I can get the camera to show it. See right down there? Yeah, kind of hard to show you. See right here, we got a vine, and we buried parts of it. So the parts that are buried will grow roots, and eventually you will see new vines coming out of it. It'll really fill it in and thicken the plant up a lot. And to get those roots to really grow fast, we're going to add in some Third Eye Organics living biochar. Biochar really stimulates root growth quicker, kind of like puts like the fast forward button on it. It's really beneficial. So I'm going to put 2 scoops of this. It's 2 tablespoons. And then I'm going to water this guy to water it in. It will remediate and amend this soil to be carbon positive for the life of that soil. And longer, really. I mean, the carbon positive energy is going to last longer than the soil will actually survive. Because, you know, the soil will eventually run out of nutrients. But this is going to make the soil last longer, meaning you don't have to repot as often. This is Third Eye Organics Living Biochar. You can get it at Flourish Plant Care. All right? You can get over at Flourish Plant Care is where you can get it. All right? So there you go. And over at Flourish Plant Care and Third Eye Organics, we'll get it to you. We work in collaboration, but if you purchase from Flourish, you're supporting 2 people for the same price, versus if you just go over there, you're just supporting his business, and you learned it here. So there you go. All right, I'm going to check the dryness over here. We're going for 25% dry, right like that. Push it down, pull it out. We are dry, dry, dry. I'm going to give him a good old butt chugging. I'll put him in line to be next. I need to probably go over and check some here in a little bit, but I'll check it when we get done, because we are just about done for the day, my friends. Actually, we are 3 minutes over, so that's okay. We're good. All right, so hopefully you guys saw a lot of plants today that you may not have seen before, or maybe you still had questions about and you wanted to learn more, and you did learn about them today. That is the whole purpose of our lives. Remember, my name is Sarah Lynn. I own Flourish Plant Care. Most people just call me Flourish here on the TikTok. But you can find me on all the other social media outlets as well. You can purchase plants from me over at Flourish Plant Care, punctuation mark COM. All right, I have over 1,600 items over there. Not only plants, but plant clothing for yourself and for your 4-legged besties. We have plant jewelry, have plant sweaters. I even have a 70+ page ebook over there for you as well, which is very, very beneficial to have on hand for whenever you're taking care of your plants and you come across a problem. 9 times out of 10, the answer is in the book for you. Flourish Plant Care. All right. Jaylight's going to put that down in the chat, or maybe Jill or Abby. I'm not sure which one is able to type that for me, but yes, it's Flourish Plant Care. There you go. Yes, you're welcome, Raven. So you can check all of that out. The book is underneath digital downloads. There is a complimentary resource over there. It always amazes me when I tell you guys that there's a complimentary resource. How many of you don't go over and snag it? It's complimentary. You know what that means, right? Go grab it. There's no reason why you don't have it in case you need it. You might go, I don't need that today. But you know what? You might need it in the future and you'll be glad you had it. Because you don't have to remember it then. You just got to remember you have it. All right, my friends. I will be back here tomorrow, back in the greenhouse of over 700 plants at 8 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And I am here until Friday. At the same time from 8 to 10 a.m. Saturday will be a pop-up more than likely, but we have a busy week ahead of us. So thank you all for helping me get some of my plant chores done and get ready for the market on Sunday, the first one of the season, kicking it off this Sunday. So hopefully we'll get 100 to 150 plants ready for it. We did like 15 today during the 2-hour live. But you guys got a lot of plant care information and saw a lot of plants that you're like, wait, I didn't even notice that was like right there. You know, how many of you knew that geranium was up there? I bet very few of you did. But now things will get shifted around. You'll see all new plants popping up behind me, okay? Elegant V, 200 minutes in the live. Tell me what you learned before we leave. Make sure you get all of your points up here, my friends. If you have questions in your Superfan, drop them over in the Superfan chat. Also, don't forget to renew your Superfan membership if you don't have it on auto renewal, because Superfan Live is coming up on the 21st and you're going to want to be there. Thanks for joining us today. If you've learned something new, be sure to give us a follow and grab that heart me up there as well. Thank you all for coming in. Stay warm, stay cool, whichever the case may be. You learn to bottom feed your plants, use biochar, and use rainwater. That's amazing. Be safe, be kind to each other. Stay healthy, my friends. Be warm or cool, whichever the weather may lean you or your body if you're at that age like me. And have a beautiful day, everybody. We'll see you back here in the greenhouse, 8 a.m. This is Sarah Lynn from Flourish Plant Care.